Welcome back, everybody. We're out here today for the final festival of EPCOT in 2023, the Festival of the Holidays. This is EPCOT's shortest festival at just under a month, so we're gonna be making the most of today with treats, live entertainment, ride overlays, and more. Why don't you guys come along? Let's go make some memories together. Of course, with every EPCOT festival, you have to grab your passport. This one is super duper cute. I love all the uses of burgundy and gold, and you have Star, who is from the new movie Wish. Very, very cute. Now, the passports have all the things you could ever need for the festival, like menus, entertainment, things like merchandise locations, and they do always have this cookie stroll in the back. Every festival has some kind of scavenger hunt. We won't be doing the scavenger hunt today because we've done it before, but we'll show you guys kind of what that looks like along the way today. As you can tell, it is fairly cold out today. We're wearing jackets and sweatshirts and spear jerseys and Santa hats, because it's like 50 something degrees today. And for us Floridians now, that's cold. But I guess it's perfect for the holiday season.
Yeah, it is.
But before we go eat, let's go look at some of the merchandise for the festival. This is the spear jersey for this year. I love the uses of all the greens and golds. Ooh, that's even cuter on the back. Oh, you've got all the countries.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Little symbols. I think it's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's really soft too.
Yeah, it looks really soft.
The sleeves are
Ooh,
really
wow. Blanket. Here's a bag with a really nice crushed velvet like flap on top. This absolutely stunning corksicle. That's really nice. Cookie jar and a coffee mug. Pin number 1, pin number 2. The ornament, which reminds me a lot of a sugar cookie. We've got some pass holder things here as well, like this third pin with the little pass holder dangle, the pass holder exclusive hoodie. Now, I know there's a couple other locations here in the park that might carry the merch as well. We'll check on those later as we make our way into the festival. But since it's so cold, why don't we go warm up with our first snack of the day?
Yeah.
Our first booth of the day is the Noche Buena Cocina. We're gonna be getting the pernil mojo pork with tostones and ketchup mayonnaise, and the ponche navideño, which is a non-alcoholic Christmas punch with apples, pears, guava, oranges, dried hibiscus, brown sugar, tamarind, cinnamon sticks, and clove, served warm. So I will say I'm actually rather pleased with the portion amount that we got for the pernil. I kind of expected a smaller thing.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even on our list originally. We had just seen other people eat it and they said it was really good, so we decided to get it. But you really wanted the Christmas punch, which I can smell from here.
It's very fragrant.
Now this is a non-alcoholic punch with a ton of different fruit in it, and I'm pretty excited to see what it tastes like.
Yeah. I was interested to see that they had all like the ingredients just sitting in the cups first, and then they
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's really good.
And I love that it's warm.
Yeah, it's really hot when you first get it.
Okay. That is hot. Oh, that's lovely. It's like an apple cider.
Yeah.
Just a little bit extra zing to it. I have some fruit in that bite. This is wonderful. Yeah. And it was cheap too.
I know, only
like for like Disney prices, it was $4, but
it is a decently sized like cup.
And it's perfect for days like today where it is cold out. And I don't want to be cold anymore.
Yeah.
Let's jump into this pernil, which first of all, I love that there's some kind of like chimichurri sauce on there. I don't remember seeing that on the menu, but I'm not mad about it. We'll get that bite to start with. Oh man, that's good. The ketchup mayonnaise is a little strong.
Really?
But I'm not mad about, ooh, that's really, really nice and cilantro-y too.
That is really good.
We're starting off strong today.
I know. I really like that ketchup and mayonnaise mix.
It's a little strange, but it's good.
It kind of reminds me of like yum yum sauce.
Yeah. Now I did hear that the tostone was a little hard to get through, which I'm finding to be true. So I'm trying to slice it and dice it as best I can with a plastic fork.
Probably should have got a spoon for that.
Probably. It's kind of a big bite, but we're gonna do it anyways. I mean, the tostone is just kind of a vehicle to get it in your mouth.
Yeah. It's not the best little tostone, but it's still really good. And I think it pairs really nicely with the meat and the sauces.
Yeah. All right, booth 1, I see you. Up next is Holiday Hearth Desserts, which is in the Odyssey building. We're gonna be grabbing a plethora of desserts for this booth. The Odyssey building has more or less become the festival center for each and every festival, and this one being no different. And they always do a fantastic job with the decorating. I really love the projections on the walls and all the little festive desserts everywhere. And you can meet Santa here. Santa's not here right now, as you can see, but I'll put his times listed here so you guys can see when you can come meet Old St. Nick. This is our wonderful holiday spread of everything we got here, which I think is the most of any booth we're gonna get today. We've got the Spaceship Earth Salted Caramel Cookie, the Mint Mousse Wreath, the Apple Crumble Cake, and the Frozen Hot Chocolate with Twix. And everything here is brand new, with the exception of the Spaceship Earth Cookie, which I've actually never had before. What are you gonna start with?
Probably the shakes.
The shake.
Whipped cream is melting.
Oh yeah, that is
really
melting.
fast. Very thick. It's really flavorful too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's very messy, you're falling
I know,
apart.
all my stuff's falling.
Ooh. Mmm. I think it has Twix in it too. It tastes like it has candy in it.
Really?
But it's really good.
It's very sweet, so if you don't like sweet stuff, that's
It's insanely
not gonna be
sweet.
for you.
But that's not a problem for you, right?
Mm-mm.
And I'm gonna be starting with my Spaceship Earth cookie, which just looks so cute. It's very glittery. I love just all the little details on it. Now they've had this previous years, we just have never got it, and I was like, why have we never got this?
I know.
So now I finally decided to get it. Mmm.
Are they just sugar cookies?
I think so.
Because the bottom one almost looks like a gingerbread cookie. It's like darker than the top one.
Yeah, I can't really tell. Yeah, they're two different tones. It's good. I don't really get a huge salted caramel flavor. Maybe I need to get a better bite.
Honestly, it didn't look very close to the edges. Yeah, they're not super sweet. So if you obviously like something that's not as sweet, this is a good pick.
Kind of the opposite spectrum of that shake is that it's a very neutral sweet, which I appreciate. Now we're gonna do the mint mousse wreath, which I have heard is extremely minty. You must love mint to enjoy this. I love mint. You're not so keen on mint.
Yeah.
This does look like a donut. Oh, that cut right through. Oh, I feel like I'm destroying it. Sorry.
I don't think you got any of the cookie.
Oh no, I got a little bit on the bottom.
Okay.
Whoa. That's minty.
I was gonna say, people have compared it to like toothpaste.
It is a bit toothpastey, but honestly, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It is very
I can
refreshing.
smell the mint.
You know what it tastes like? Those really soft dinner mints.
Ooh,
You know what I'm
I do like
talking
those.
about?
Yeah, with the chocolate.
No, not the chocolate ones.
Oh.
The like little pebble looking
Oh,
ones.
yeah, they like
you guys know
that.
what I'm talking about,
They
right?
crumble apart.
Yeah, those ones.
I
I
do like
think
them.
they're just called dinner mints.
I think so, yeah.
Those are so good.
I do like those.
The cookies, whatever. It's just
Okay.
it's just a vehicle
Texture.
to serve it on.
I do like a good mint too.
Got like a perfect slice there.
Yeah, it's good.
Does a mint not slap you in the face?
Not really.
Really?
It is. It's like just like those dinner mints, honestly. So it's just fine to me.
Yeah.
I think I just heard a ho ho hoing.
Oh. Oh, Santa is here. Santa! Quite the queue is built up for him too. Very popular location for him.
I think he's the only greetable, like fully greetable compared
No.
to any of the others.
No, so the Magic Kingdom one just recently opened.
Well, I mean here.
Oh, here, yes,
Yeah.
yes, for sure, here. But every park, I think except for Animal Kingdom, has a meet and greet Santa that you can go to, including Disney Springs. Disney Springs also has one.
I kind of wish Animal Kingdom had like Krampus, since he's half. Like,
That's scary.
He's like goatish though. He has the goat hooves.
That's scary. Out of the three things we've had so far, the mint thing is my favorite, which is not surprising for me.
Mine's easily this.
Well,
but
that's not surprising for you. But I've heard this very last thing is the top tier dessert here. Like a lot of people are giving this best the fest, and I'm very excited to try it.
Yeah. I've already had some of the caramel from the top, and the caramel's really good.
It's huge.
Yeah.
This thing is massive, and it was one of the cheaper things
Yeah, it's
on the menu.
$4,
$4.75, I think is what it was.
Total with my shake and this, it was 10.
That is
Flat.
wild.
Yeah, like that's a great deal for a shake and a like big old cookie
Mm-hmm.
cake thing.
The only issue I have with it before I even try is that it's not warm. I like my apple things warm. Like take this home, warm it up, put some ice cream or some Cool Whip on it. Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Is the thing around it chocolate or is it just paper?
I think just paper.
Okay.
To hold it in. I'm afraid I'm just gonna like launch crumbs everywhere.
Yeah.
There we go. It's nice and soft. It's not super overly appley. It has that nice like combination of apple and cinnamon.
Okay.
The aftertaste is really good though. I don't think you got any of the icing.
I
on
didn't get
top.
like anything. That was all crumble.
Oh.
There we go. That is good. I do wish it was a pie. and not a cake. The apple flavor is delicious.
Yeah.
And I love the crumb aspect of it. But I will say, I do wish it was warm, and I wish it was a pie. Other than that, though, I really enjoy it.
I think I prefer it as a crumb cake because I also just love coffee cake so much.
Okay, that's fair.
This, to me, I feel like it's better than on just a standard apple pie.
I still stand by what I say is I think the best thing here is the mint mousse wreath. We obviously didn't try everything here. They have a very cute display case that has all the snacks in it, but we narrowed it down to the 4 that we really wanted.
Yeah.
And I feel like this booth was really easy on the wallet too. I feel like we got 4 things for a decent pricing. We spent maybe 20 for all of this.
Probably.
I do think the apple's the best bang for your buck though.
Oh, for sure.
So far, 2 booths in though, we're doing great. This has all been fantastic. We've been sitting here for a minute to finish out the desserts we bought, and props to them. Muppets Christmas Carol music, anything Muppets, give me more. Our first World Showcase booth is here in Mexico at Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen. We're gonna be getting the apple margarita, Centinela Blanco tequila, apple puree, black tea cinnamon cordial, and Nixta corn liqueur topped with whipped cream and holiday salt. Now, I normally wouldn't get something like this because $14 is a lot for a drink, but it sounded really good, and I'm a sucker for apple. It does look really nice. I do like the whipped cream and the salt on top, but it is pre-mixed. They just pour it right out of a dispenser, and I was kind of like, on it, but I'm sure it tastes heavenly. And I love that there's apple puree. Ooh, that's remarkably strong. That's actually really good. This will put you on your butt for sure. I will say, rest in peace to my favorite margarita they had like 2 years ago at this point. I'm assuming it's never gonna come back. It was a cranberry margarita with a nice salted sugar cinnamon rim.
Ooh, that is good. It almost seems like a sipper.
Yeah.
But it's nice and smooth that you could easily just throw it back. But you can taste a lot of tequila. So if you're not keen on tequila, you might not like it.
I'm just so surprised that for a mixed drink, like a pre-mixed, that it's like very heavy on the pour.
Yeah, I just realized that too, yeah. It's extremely strong for what they usually give you for a premix.
With the rush of the festival and everything, we've been forgetting to rank things on our 5 scale. So we're gonna start now.
Okay.
Out of 5 stars, because I think star being the kind of emblem of this year's festival from Wish, I'm giving this 5 stars.
Yeah.
This
same.
is so good.
It's really good.
I would get this again.
It is a little pricey.
It is pricey. That was the one thing I was gonna nix it on.
You
but
at least get the alcohol.
Yeah, but because it's $14 and I can taste the alcohol pretty heavily, this gets a 5.
I do wish I could taste a little bit more apple over tequila.
Oh, it tastes very appley to me. Before we move further on into World Showcase, we're actually gonna double back and head towards the giant tree to check out some of the extra decor of the festival. Oh, and I hear a band playing on the stage that's up here, so we're gonna check those out too. Get some live entertainment for today.
Come on, you should know it by now. Help us sing it. Lord, you are good. Lord, you are good, and your mercy endures forever. Come on, Lord, you are good, yeah. Lord, you are good, and your mercy endures forever. You remember the second part? People from heaven and from generation to generation. We worship you. What's the highest praise? Hallelujah. You are good. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so good. So good. So good. So good. We give you praise for who you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Can I say this right here? You are good. You are good. Yes, you are. And all time. You are good. You are good. You are good. Yes, you are. People from every nation, from every celebrated worldwide. So let's all do our best to shine the stars, cause there ain't no stopping us now. Ain't no stopping us now. Come on. We're on the move. There ain't no stopping us, no. Ain't no stopping us now. No. Come on, let's go. There's been so many things that's held us down. But now it looks like things are finally turning around. Hey, I know we've got a long, long way to go. Where will end up? I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. Yeah, we're gonna get ourselves together with a polish of our ass. And if you've ever been held down before, I know that you refuse to be held down anymore. So don't you let nothing stand in your way. To every word I say, every word I say, ain't no stopping now. Let me see you dance, let me see you dance. Ain't no stopping us now. Everybody jump out the group, and I want you to help me say this. Say, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping, no stopping. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now.
That is hands down some of the best live entertainment I have seen at any Disney park ever. That was wonderful. I'm not one for Christian music, but gospel music gets me. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And they had references to Kwanzaa in there. I love that. I love that there's representation for that holiday as well. And then they did say that if you come on December 26th, they'll have different songs that they'll play for Kwanzaa. So if you guys are coming December 26th, go check them out. Here's our giant tree right before you enter World Showcase. Oh, that's huge. Got the angel all the way at the very, very top. And you have references to some of the countries in World Showcase. So there's Norway right there. And see if I can find any other ones. I think that's either Mexico or Italy. I think it's Italy. France. Oh, it's France? Okay, I can't see the final color on the end there. It's blue.
I also like that they have like the words of how like they say like happy holidays.
Yeah.
On each of the little things too.
And they have some snow globes for the Disney 100. I wonder if they're supposed to spin. They look like they're supposed to do something maybe. We plan on being here pretty late, so we're gonna have to swing back through here later and see it all lit up. Earlier I mentioned the cookie crawl that you can do. Right here at Sweets and Treats is where you can redeem that. So the way that it works is that you go to all the different booths and locations around the park and you get 5 of any of these cookies. Could be 5 of one, 4 of one, 1 of another. As long as it's a quantity of 5, you can collect these stamps along your way. And then at the very end, you get a free cookie based on Star from the new Wish movie. And there's also a little like hot chocolate, soft serve smoothie of some variety and a collector's cup. Like I said, we've done the crawls before. There's one for every single festival. We decided not to do this one this year. We've done it before, and there are better crawls you can do other times during the year, but it's still a lot of fun, especially when you get the little completer prize at the end. Here at the refreshment port just outside of Canada, we got the gingerbread milkshake and the Keel Farms hard pumpkin cider.
So this one is the gingerbread milkshake. It is pretty cute. I do say it's a little small, but it was only like $4.75.
I really like the little gingerbread.
Yeah, no, he's super cute.
He's very cute.
All right. Good gingerbread. That's really good. I was afraid it was gonna be a little bit too gingerbready, but it's really nice and smooth. And then this one is the pumpkin hard cider. I don't get much pumpkin, but it is a nice hard cider. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna finish the gingerbread first. Surprisingly crunchy. I thought it was gonna be like a little soft because it sat on the thing for a while. It's pretty good. Very inoffensive gingerbread. That's pretty good. I don't think this is a must get. I mean, you obviously have to like gingerbread if you like it, which I do. I think it's pretty good, but I don't feel like I need to get it again. Get the slightest tinge of pumpkin. It mostly just tastes like a regular cider. Again, kind of like the gingerbread shake. I don't feel like I need to get this again. Like I feel like I can get just another hard cider somewhere else in the park. I don't feel like the pumpkin stands out enough. But if you want just a nice crisp cider that you can walk around the park with, because it's a pretty big portion for the price, I think it's a pretty good deal. But there are probably better ciders, which we're gonna have more ciders later on once we get to Morocco. Out of 5 stars, I think I give this a 3.5.
I think I'd give it a 4.
Really?
I know you said you have to like gingerbread, but I'm not huge on gingerbread, and I think it still is kind of nice because it kind of is like more of like a cookie rather than super gingerbready.
Okay, that's fair. I give that maybe also a 3.5.
Yeah, I think it's 3.5. It's a really safe bet.
Neither one I feel like you have to get at the
No.
festival, but neither are inoffensive.
Yeah,
I think
I was gonna say it is kind of expensive, but you do get a pretty big portion, and it is refreshing.
Yeah. Just next door to Refreshment Port is the Yukon Holiday Kitchen in Canada. We're going to be getting the seared salmon with butternut squash puree, maple bourbon glaze, and fennel arugula salad, the beef bourguignon with crushed potatoes, and the beer flight, which has a peanut butter banana porter, a maple cookie blonde ale, and a coffee maple porter. We did get quite the spread here in Canada, which is usually a booth we don't go to, so I'm surprised we wanted to get this much. We're gonna start here with the salmon, which does look and smell delicious. Got a
Really
maple
juicy, too.
glaze. Yeah, it's very juicy. One thing I'm kind of questioning is the butternut squash puree, because I don't really like butternut squash. Got a bit of everything here. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
What's that little bit?
I don't know what this thing is though.
An apple chutney?
It's called, yeah.
Okay.
And the beef bourguignon, I always forget how to pronounce that word, but this looks very hearty. Ooh, some delicious looking red potatoes at the bottom. This is what I was most excited for, I think. Ooh, look, it's steamy.
Did we have this last year?
No, this is the first time we've ever gotten this. Because we just never come to this
I
booth.
think we had something with like potato and like a stewy thing.
At some point in our lives, I'm sure. Oh. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. That aftertaste that kind of kicks in at the end. I don't know which one I like more.
I was say I'm definitely ready for some warm food finally after like 2 milkshakes and I guess I had the warm drink, but solids. That salmon is really good. I think I went a little crazy with the scoop of the pureed smash.
The
butternut
squash.
That one.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good too. But I like how like salty the salmon is. That's really good. I like how herby that is too. I don't know if that's the meat or if it's the potato or both.
All the above.
All the above.
Which do you think you like better?
The stew.
The stew?
Yeah. Which is surprising because I don't usually like stew as much as most things.
Now, something must have come over me because I am not a beer person in any capacity, but I felt compelled to get the beer flight. And I don't know if it's because the flavors all sound really good, which is probably the case, but we've got a banana porter, which is that one right there. We've got the maple cookie blonde ale, which is that one right there. And the final one is the coffee maple porter, which is the final one. And 2 of these two right here, are local, and the third one is from Canada. We're gonna start with this very dark peanut butter banana porter. Oh, that's strange. It's very dark though. It's a very heavy beer. I definitely taste both banana and peanut butter in there though. Maple cookie blonde ale. Huh. I strangely think I like the first one better. The final one is the coffee maple porter. Don't think that's my favorite one. Collectively, this is not for me. I'm glad I tried it because they all sounded really unique. Obviously, I'm going to finish it because it's beer and I paid for it, but I don't feel the need to get this again. But if you like dark beers, you may enjoy this.
I was expecting to really not like that coffee one after your expression, but it's not as bad as the other 2, honestly. Like, I I did not like. I was really looking forward to that maple, like blonde ale, but that was. I didn't like that one either.
Okay, out of 5 stars, I'm gonna rank the salmon as maybe a 4.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 4.5. too.
Because I feel like the salmon could be a little moister. I think maybe it's been sitting out a little too long. It's not dry in
I
really
think
any capacity.
We also took a long time to get to eating it.
That's true, but I think just as a general rule of thumb, I think it should be a 4.5. I think I give the beef bourguignon, I think I give it a 4. I know you probably think it's a 5.
It's a 5 for me.
It's a 4 for me because I don't like it as much. I really like the aftertaste, and it's more of a palatable thing. Like, it's more approachable for everybody to eat.
I can see that.
But I think I like the flavor of the salmon better. If that makes sense. I do like salmon a lot. And the beer flight, I feel like I can't rate this appropriately because I don't like beer.
No.
I personally would give it like a 2.5.
I would too. I'd give it
But
a 2.
again, I feel like that's the one thing we can't accurately rank because
No.
we are not beer people, and
Not
for
at
some
all.
reason I wanted to get this.
Well, I even, like I said, wanted the ale, but
You're glad you didn't get
I was
it?
coming from a hard cider aspect, like, oh, it's light. That looks like, ooh, it's gonna taste like cookie.
Yeah, most of the time.
I didn't even get peanut butter from that first one. But
Really?
I mean, I think it was just an assault to the senses. so
Okay.
I got coffee for sure.
So I'm gonna say maybe a 2.5, but again, that's not a very accurate representation.
Yeah.
Passion made me wine, made me pray on theater. Now that I shall see him dying when he bear the theater. It's a hard coffee, but it coffee go together. It's problem and
Every festival has a scavenger hunt of some sort where you go and find characters hidden throughout World Showcase, and I just found one of the Olafs. Yeah, Olaf makes his way around World Showcase collecting things from every nation, kind of a collection of different holidays. And here's the one for the UK Pavilion. You win a prize for finding all of them. I'm not gonna show you guys all the locations, but here's one right here for you. There's also a handful of storytellers that are in some of the nations. Like, this is where Father Christmas meets in the UK Pavilion. We're not gonna seek them out at all. If we stumble across them, we'll show you guys, but they stand here and tell versions of Christmas or Christmas-like traditions from those countries. You can also find these little scroll displays here in every single nation that does talk about different end-of-year traditions for said country. So this is the UK's information. If you guys want to pause and read that, you guys are more than welcome to. But yeah, it's always fun to stop and read these and learn just a little bit more. Oh, I love Pluto and his little ear muffs. He's so cute. Oh, and Christmas Belle is out in her gorgeous red dress. Oh, she looks great. Our next stop here in France is La Marche de Noël Holiday Kitchen. We're gonna be eating the crème de saumon fumé and brioche à la nef concombre, which is cream of smoked salmon and house-made dill brioche bread with cucumber, and the frozen hot chocolate martini, which is Grey Goose La Vanille vodka, regular vodka, chocolate milk, and whipped cream. Sorry for the butchering of French. I don't know French, so I apologize. But we're gonna let you go first, because yours is like very close to overflowing. This is the hot chocolate martini, which is your favorite drink, like,
it is
ever?
Like, probably, yeah. It's like this drink, like bubbled or something. It's like this drink and one of the next food items are like my top 2 items of any festival.
Okay.
So, because I thought about not getting it this year just to try new things, but I budgeted it and it still fit it.
And I was like, it's like your favorite thing. You can't not get it. It's the only time of year you can get this, so why would you skip it?
Well, I was thinking because we're getting that other frozen hot chocolate milkshake.
The one we already had?
Yeah, so I was
Okay.
like, maybe I don't, but
I'm glad you got
there
it.
was room for it. So it's just so good. It is like a perfect like chocolate milk like flavor to it.
Let me get a little sipsy.
And you can taste the alcohol too. It's like just like the underlying flavor of the chocolate.
That is heavenly. It sounds weird, but it kind of tastes like someone took like frosting and like liquefied it. It kind of has that kind of like flavor to it. It doesn't make any sense,
I think it's
know.
because of the alcohol. So like if you took like chocolate frosting and then like melted it, I think that's like kind of the consistency you're getting with that alcohol.
Gorgeous. And this is one that wasn't originally on our to get list, but everyone says it's really good. Ours isn't as vibrant as other photos I've seen. It was like neon green when we first saw it, and everyone's been saying it looks like a Pretty Patty from SpongeBob, and that's all I can think about with this. But it looks really good. I like salmon. I obviously just had salmon over in Canada, and I like dill. I think it's a cold salmon though, so I'm really interested to see like what that is like. I don't know. I will say it is rather small for the price. That's just kind of the rule for the France booth. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. It literally tastes like just dill and salmon. It's very simple, but it has a very like elevated taste to it. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
I thought about getting this year, but I had the salmon thing from last year and was just kind of disappointed by it, so I was just gonna pass. But I'm happy I get to try yours this year. That salmon is nice. I do wish it had more of like a creaminess to it.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yep.
Either like a mayonnaise or like some sort of like creamy sauce mixed in with the salmon. I think that would have helped make it better.
I will say I don't feel the need to get this again. It is good, but I do think it needs an additional sauce.
Yeah.
And maybe warm. I don't know if that would be divisive. Do you care that it's cold?
I want it cold.
You want it cold?
I like my I don't know what kind of salmon that is, shredded or pureed or whatever. I like that version cold.
Okay. I think out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it, I think a 4. I think it's good.
I'm going to say a 3.5 because it doesn't have that sauce.
Okay. Yeah, this isn't as good as I think everyone made it seem to be, but I'm glad I tried it.
Yeah.
And then your hot chocolate martini, 5. 5. That's a must get every festival of the holidays. I'm glad you didn't skip on getting it this year.
I am.
Kind of hate that we're not in line to meet Christmas Belle.
Yeah.
But she has such a long line right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'm waiting for a character for that long. But Père Noël comes out here in a little bit, the Christmas storyteller for France. We've seen him before last year.
Hey, bonjour, mes amis!
Bonjour!
Can we all say this? Bonjour!
Bonjour!
Très bien. And as we say in my country, Joyeux Noël. That means Merry Christmas. Let me ask, do you know who I am?
Père Noël. Père Noël!
Oui, je suis le Père Noël, Father Christmas. I am the good spirit of the season. Have you ever written a letter to my friend Santa at the North Pole? Yes, you big people, you can admit this too. Well, in France, if a child writes a letter to me, Père Noël, and puts a return address on the envelope, the French government pays the postage on my reply. Not bad, eh? I get so many letters. I would like to share with you one of my favorites. It come to me from a lovely little girl named Babette. Dear Père Noël, even though my big brother Francois says Christmas is for babies, I look forward to La Vie de Petit Jésus and a visit from you. Of course she does. The watch night, Christmas Eve, and the watch night. The watch night is a magical evening when my family and I sit in front of the fire, sipping hot cider, and Uncle Louis tells the story of the birth of the baby Jesus.
Père Noël is so cute. I really like hearing his story. He's very soft-spoken, though. He's very hard to hear, even with him being, microphoned up. But I really hope we find more of the storytellers, because we only saw a few of them last year. He was one of the ones we saw last year, along with La Befana in Italy. She's probably my favorite, but I really hope that we see maybe Norway we haven't seen, and we missed the one in the UK since we've already left that area. Next, we're here at Laheim Holiday Kitchen, where we're going to be getting the smoked salmon potato latke and the rugelach, which is a pastry filled with raspberry jam, walnuts, and cinnamon. Savannah joked that this should be called Festival of the Salmon,
Oh,
because this
yeah.
is our third salmon thing we've gotten today. Proposition for a new festival, Festival of the Salmon, coming to Epcot soon. This looks really good. This is one of your favorite things every year. This is another thing that you're like, I don't really need it. And I was like, it's literally one of your favorite things.
Yeah.
It's the only time of year to get it. You better get this. It looks huge. That's a huge pile of salmon.
Yeah.
Definitely worth the value right there. And this is something new this year. This is the Rugelach, which is the pastry that has raspberry jam and the walnuts in it. And it looks really good.
It does.
I originally thought you only got one because the picture looked like it was a fairly large thing. So I'm glad you get 3 little ones. It's good for sharing. We're gonna try the new thing first. Oh, it's very hard actually. That's not the texture I thought it was gonna be at all. It's not dry though. It's like nice and flaky. It's definitely not what I thought it was gonna be.
It does have a nice flavor.
It's not bursting with flavor or anything.
Yeah, I do like the dough flavor though to it.
I wonder if these would taste really good warm. They're kind of room temp / cold. I think it's probably intentional, but I think this would be really good as like a nice warm pastry.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I don't know anything about the history of arugula, so pardon me.
I have more salmon than I do latke. Skip that thing from France and get this. Like, the salmon has such a good flavor to it, and it's not dried out, and it has that cream sauce that just adds so much flavor to it.
I also really love this, and I'm glad he got it. Oh, it's got some capers in there too. I don't know if you guys saw that originally. As oh, it almost fell. As always, so good. The salmon's cold, and the latke is hot, but together it works really, really well. So delicious every year. Latke gets a 5.
Oh, for sure.
Duh.
No question.
No questions about that. Latke gets a 5. This, I think this is good. It's not, again, not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I would maybe give this
I give it 3.
a 3 or a 3.5.
Yeah.
It still tastes good. Again, I wish it was warmer.
It definitely gives like traditional.
Like old school Christmas or Hanukkah in this case, snacks. And speaking of Hanukkah, we're actually right next to the Hanukkah stage for their storyteller. We won't be making this one because we won't be here in time for it, but it is a very entertaining one that we did see last year. Here at Tangerine Cafe in the Morocco Pavilion, we're going to be getting the hard cider flight, which is the Orchard Frost hard cider, Winter Chill hard cider, and the Holiday Snake Bite. From one flight I didn't really care about to another I'm going to love. I'm a sucker for a hard cider, so every time Morocco has one, I have to get it. They have a new one for every festival. Orchard Frost hard cider right here, the Winter Chill hard cider right there, and the Snake Bite, which is our final one right there. And I think these two are new. That is the returning one. This is the Orchard Frost, which is new. Ooh, that's nice. It's extra crisp. It's not as like watery as like a normal cider. It's got a little bit of an extra like bite to it. I can't really explain it. This is the Winter Chill, which is the returning one. Okay, pretty good. I think I like the first one better though. And the final one, which is a snake bite, which I'm actually really intrigued by this one since it doesn't directly call it a cider. It just says it's a holiday snake bite. I think snake bites are usually a beer and a cider mixed together. So I wonder if that's truly what this is. It's definitely a beer one. It's not my favorite, but I like that it's different at least. I don't think I've ever had a snake bite, let alone as part of a flight.
Oh, that one is really good. That might be better than the pumpkin one, maybe? I like that one. It's a little bit more fruity than that first one. And that's beer. It's not horrible, though. It's
Yeah.
still drinkable compared to the other 3.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. Nothing is bad here. I don't think I would get the snake bite as a
Yeah,
drink by
because now
itself.
I'm tasting more of like that wheat there at the end. And I'm like,
The first one's definitely the best.
Yeah.
And I think it gets not progressively worse, but like progressively not as great.
because the second one's still good. Like I do like that like fruit flavor it gives.
Yeah. These are definitely better than the pumpkin one that you got earlier. These all have at least...
I don't know.
Really?
That pumpkin one was just so. It wasn't pumpkin, obviously, like we said, but it was just refreshing.
Yeah. I think I would give this a 4.5, 4.5 stars. I think that snake bite just kind of knocks it off a half a point because I just don't like beer very much. But I mean, if you like beer, if you like snake bites, I'd say that's fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably bump it down to a 4 just because of the snake bite for me.
This first one though, this Orchard Frost, bring this one back.
Yeah.
Eat it shy to shy. Durumas for sale. Come gather around. Durumas for sale. Only the finest Durumas for sale. Eat it shy. Happy New Year. Or, as the Japanese say, Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. My name is Sakura. Yes, the old year is gone, and it's time to welcome the new year. So even though it's a bit early, I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Now, let's say it together in Japanese, or good luck. Repeat after me. Akemashite
Akemashite
omedetou
omedetou
gozaimasu.
gozaimasu.
Very good. That's the spirit. Irashaimase. Welcome to the Japan Pavilion and our celebration of the traditional Japanese New Year, or Oshogatsu. It lasts from January 1st through January 7th. Today, I appear before you as a humble street vendor. But what I have to sell is a very important part of Oshogatsu. And here it is. It's called a Daruma doll. It's rather handsome. The Daruma is like a good luck charm. As you can see, it has no pupils in his eyes. The custom among Japanese is to make a wish and paint in the left eye. Then, if your wish comes true before the end of the year, you must paint in the other eye. I'm still waiting for my wish to come true. What if your wish doesn't come true before the end of the year? Did you know the legend of the Daruma dates back to the 6th century when a Buddhist monk named Daruma Taishi journeyed from India to China to spread the teachings of Buddha. Years later, Daruma went to a temple at the top of a great mountain where he meditated for 9 years. And this, it is said, is why the Daruma is a symbolic reminder for the Japanese of patience and persistence through the ups and downs in life. As we say, Nana Kurobiya Oki, which means literally, knock down 7 times, get up 8. You see, it always comes back to the upright position, no matter how hard it's knocked over. New Year's, or Oshogatsu, is a time to get back up, a time for rejuvenation, asking for blessings, and celebrating the coming of spring. On this day, my family and I carry out centuries-old rituals and traditions together. During this time, everyone should be free from stress, work, or study, and we even make a cold and colorful delicacy to eat over the first few days of the new year. The delicacy is called Oseshi Ryori, and I remember my mother spending days and days preparing it. When I was a little girl, she would explain the significance of each part of Oseshi Ryori as she made it. How about sweet omelet or datemaki brings learning? You like to learn? How about fish eggs? Yum! Kazunoko brings fertility. Fertility means grandbabies. Well, there are black beans or kurumame for health. Sweet chestnuts and fruity ketone for wealth. Money? I want that. Lots and lots of money. Gimme. Ah! But dinner on New Year's Eve is my favorite. Can anybody guess what we eat on New Year's Eve in Japan?
Soba?
Soba? Yes, that's right, we eat soba noodles! Since childhood, I've always stayed up late on New Year's Eve eating soba noodles, hoping to live a long and healthy life, like the soba noodle. At midnight, I would hear the ringing of the huge bronze Buddhist temple bells in a ritual called Joya no Kane. Can anybody guess how many times those bells ring for? 7? Higher, much higher.
12?
12? Keep going, higher, higher.
20?
20? Higher, higher! But yes, it is 108 times in Japanese Buddhism. It is said that humans have 108 bonno, or earthly desires, like laziness, stubbornness, greed. As is Japanese traditions, after 108 gongs of the bell,
I bid my desires sayonara and start the new year with a clean slate. And on the first day of the new year, called Ganjitsu, I put on new clothes from head to toe and go out to watch the first sunrise of the year, called Hatsu Hinode. Before breakfast, I drink a sweet spiced wine called Otoso. It is said that by drinking Otoso, we vanquish evil spirits within ourselves and prevent sickness within a mile of our home. Then I run to the mailbox to check for beautiful New Year's cards called Nengajo, received from family and friends. Then we go to the Shinto shrine together to pray for blessings for the new year. Everyone in Japan gets into the spirit of Oshogatsu, enjoying symbolism and beautiful customs of the new year, like a wish on a Daruma doll. That wish I made for wealth all those years ago came true. I make a good living as a vendor now. But every year since, I wish for happiness, a different form of wealth. No? I find happiness in sharing my family and cultural traditions with curious new friends, like all of you. Because of my time with you, my wish has come true. I've spoken for too long. I must get back to selling my Daruma dolls. But before I go, I leave you all with this wish. Minasan dozo, yoi o toshi o omukai kudasai. May your Daruma's eyes be painted in each and every year, and all your wishes come true. And if you need one, Daruma's for sale. Happy New Year, everybody.
I'm actually really glad that we managed to catch that one.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Japan had something.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it last year. I just think we timed it wrong.
Probably.
But I really like that one. Both this one and the China one doing more of a New Year's thing instead of an actual like holiday, and I really like that. She was really fun and quirky and
I was
cute.
gonna say that one's probably the most different that we've seen.
Oh, for sure. It was really good. I'm just glad we got to see it. While we're here in America, I wanted to stop inside the American Adventure showroom and go look at the gingerbread displays. We timed this just right. They said they're going to close the building in 5 minutes. So that's a shame we can't see the singers, but we at least get to see the houses real quick. I do like coming to see these. I feel like these are kind of an unspoken thing with the gingerbread displays that Disney World does. Lincoln in there. Very cute. Lincoln Memorial. Here is the American Adventure building. So the building we are currently in right now. And the final one is the Martin Luther King monument. Shout out to the Disney culinary team that makes these every single year. They're so well done. We also found Hidden Mickeys. Hidden Mickey 1, Hidden Mickey 2, Hidden Mickey 3, Hidden Mickey 4, Hidden Mickey 5, Hidden Mickey 6, Hidden Mickey 7, Hidden Mickey 8, Hidden Mickey 9, Hidden Mickey 10, Hidden Mickey 11, 12, and 13. All right, we're being kicked out. We counted 13. I'm sure there's more. Let us know how many you guys found on that display. And as with every holiday, the flags in the Germany train station change. So this is your obligatory post about that. Our final booth of the night is going to be here at Refreshment Outpost. We're going to be getting the Chai Ginger Mule featuring Boyd and Blair Potato Vodka.
So this is the Chai Ginger Mule, and it comes in a souvenir cup.
And it's the same cup that they used to have the
Apple Sky Blossom.
Sky Blossom in. Rest in peace. I'm glad they found
A new use for it. Ooh, that is good. You do get kind of a spice from that ginger too.
Also, can we appreciate the sunset? That's gorgeous. But I am excited to try this. And when we made our initial list of things to get, this is not what we wrote down. So I don't know if we read the wrong media outlet that reported on it or what, but I'm fine with it because I love chai, I love ginger, and I love mules. Ooh, that's strong. That's very good though. And it's spicy too. That might be my second favorite drink today. Maybe my first? I don't know. But I'm glad we got this. We almost didn't get it. Yeah, originally we thought this was a pumpkin something cocktail.
Yeah.
I don't know why we wrote that down, and I don't remember where we got our list from of everything, but I think this tastes better than what that could have been.
Yeah, probably.
And
more
this,
unique too.
And I will say this might be one of the most alcoholic things I've ever had at Disney.
Potentially. I mean, I think it could also just be the spices in it, kind of like bringing out that like liquor flavor.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna give this maybe a 5.
Yeah.
I actually really like it. It's something I would definitely get again. It's very seasonal flavor. Like it has a very nice Christmas flavor to it. I really, really enjoy it. I want more of this. Well, that kind of wraps up all the food and drink that we wanted to try out here at the festival today. There was a lot of good stuff though. I was pleasantly surprised by quite a bit that we had. We'll give our final thoughts on what we thought was best of the fest at the end of the vlog. But right now, we have some ride overlays to go do. And speaking of ride overlays, Guardians is not getting its holiday remix coming back this year. A lot of guests didn't really care for it, so they just have the normal 6 songs. Maybe next year, who knows? But for now, it's just the regular attraction. Oh look, Candy Cane Spaceship Earth. We made our way back around, and here's that big tree again, but it's all lit up. Oh, when the snow globes light up, that's what they do. That's cute. Candy cane monorail or Christmas monorail. I think it's time we go see Figment in his jolly holiday sweater.
Hello? Hello? Who is this?
It's Figment!
Figment!
Figment? I thought I told you not to interfere.
But you've got it wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train of thought.
No, you haven't. It's over here. All aboard. Woo-hoo! Next stop, imagination. For every sound your ears are hearing, 1,000 thoughts can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things from just a sound. Your mind has wings.
Thinking of the smell lab, I hesitate to send you into the touch and taste labs. Perhaps I should end my open house right here.
Great idea. We'll go to my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody.
Figment, what is going on? You're turning this entire open house upside down.
Upside down? Now you're talking. That's the best idea you've had all day. With just a spark of inspiration, I made my house an innovation. Imagination really comes around. Things come right up and upside down.
Imagination. That's such a cute layover. It's a silly little one. It doesn't need to exist. But I'm glad Figment gets a new sweater. He's very festive. And I'm very surprised they have never made a Figment blue sweater plush. It would sell like crazy. Although they do have this that I love, love, love. I did already buy it, but it's super cute. They don't smell anymore. You guys know how I feel about that. But I love when they do Figment as a munchling. Now it's time for Living with the Land. One of my favorite EPCOT decorations are the wreaths for sunshine seasons, because you have spring, summer, fall, and winter. It's very clever. Oh my gosh, I have never seen that many people in line for Living with the Land, like maybe ever? So before we rode Figment, you were forced to chug that chai ginger drink we got.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
That's the good question. I don't feel.
Ooh, I don't know if the tagline is new this year. I've never noticed it before, but glimmering greenhouses. Of all the ride overlays, that's probably my favorite one. It's just so nice and relaxing, and it adds an even prettier aspect to living with the land, because living in the land is just gorgeous. It's such a fun attraction. I like the little snowman, like sand people. Well, now that we've truly lived with the land, kind of coming to the end of the vlog. We've done quite a bit today. But there's one other thing that we need to see before we leave, and that's the new Spaceship Earth show for the movie Wish. They do one of the new songs as like a lighting package on Spaceship Earth. We can't put any of the audio in there because it's all copyrighted material, but they've always do a really good job. They're always really, really pretty to watch. Well, thank you guys so much for coming along with us today to EPCOT for International Festival of the Holidays. This might be our only trip out here, so I'm glad we made the most of today. We saw quite a bit, we ate quite a bit. What did you think of the Wish show?
It was okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wish Lin-Manuel would stop putting rap in every single thing.
It's not his music.
Oh.
I know.
You sound just like
It's
it.
the Lin-Manuelification of music in general. I'm not huge on the soundtrack, let alone that song.
Yeah.
The main theme I like, the one that's been trending on like TikTok and stuff, not the villain song. I don't really care for that one. We did also watch 3 other shows waiting for this one.
Yeah.
We watched the Disney 100 one, we watched the General Epcot one, and we watched the Frozen one, which is returning from last Festival of Holiday. So I'm glad we got to at least see those 3.
I feel like that one should be at every festival.
Oh yeah, no, I love that song.
Their Christmas little short.
Yeah. What do you think your best of the fests were for food?
Okay, so I'm gonna have my 3 categories:
Ooh.
drink, like savory food, and then sweet.
Okay.
So my drink will be the ginger.
The chai ginger one
Chai
from
ginger,
Outpost.
yeah. Frozen hot chocolate martini was probably better, but I just like that the other one, the ginger one, was a little bit more unique.
Yeah.
And it was definitely worth your money.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
It was very strong. I found that out
Yeah,
afterward.
you chugged that in. You were kind of quiet for a little bit.
Yeah, I felt it on Figment. My savory is definitely going to be the salmon latke.
Oh, yes.
That one, I would have bought another one. Like
You have one
if
year.
Yeah, I did the first year we were down here. I bought another one. And then my dessert, I think my dessert might be between one of the shakes. Either
Okay.
the gingerbread shake or the frozen hot chocolate shake. Because they were both really good.
Frozen hot chocolate shake. The one from France?
No.
Oh, the Twix one.
Yeah, the Twix
Oh,
one.
yeah. Oh, that was way better than the gingerbread one. I actually really
Really?
like that one. Yeah. Yeah, I really
I
like
thought they were
that
both
one.
really good. They're both very festive.
Yeah.
I think they're both good ones to pick for the festival.
Yeah, those are all good picks. I think for mine, and I don't know if I'm gonna do categories like you did, I'm just gonna kind of run through things I love throughout the day. The Ponche Navideño, I thought was a wonderful
Yeah.
start. Very simple Christmas punch. I love the fruit. I love the cinnamon. I
also
love
nice to
the
have something
cloves that were in
warm,
it.
too.
It was very nice to have something warm from the get-go. It kind of like set the good tone throughout the day. I really liked the mint wreath.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was a bit
surprisingly.
strong, but I like that. Ooh, the apple margarita.
Yeah.
That might be one of my favorite theme park drinks I've had. Will I spend $14 again? Maybe. Maybe not.
Mine was a better value.
But I kept drinking it while we were watching Joyful, and every sip was just gold. Just every time. So good. But if I had to pick a savory thing, probably the salmon. I think I'm gonna go with the salmon. One of the 3 salmon things. The one from Canada. I really like that one. I thought that was really good. I would get that again. And that was one that I was like, about getting, and I ended up liking it quite a bit. And I will give an honorable mention to your chai ginger cocktail that you had as well. That was also very good. And I would likely get something like that again. Festival of the Holidays runs just until the end of the year. And then 2 weeks after that, we will roll right into my personal favorite, Festival of the Arts, which I'm very excited for.
I do hate that Festival of the Holidays is the shortest one.
Yeah.
It really should start like the beginning of November.
Yeah, petition to start November 1st, maybe November 3rd at the max.
And like run through the first week of January too.
Maybe. We'll see about
I think
that.
that's a safe one to go through.
because the fact that it's less than a month is criminal. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys like our videos, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell so you guys get updates on all of our future adventures. Give us a super like if you really love what we do. Helps fund the channel, helps take care of things that we like to do here at Disney World, and gives you guys more entertainment from us. And as always, thanks for making memories with us. I've been Adrian.
And I've been Matt.
And we'll see you guys next time. Happy holidays!